Everybody say, ah. Say, oh, oh, oh. Say, how can I express
my gratitude
for all the many things
you've done for me?
Words are not enough, yeah.
Enough to say thank you.
Say, Lord, you are my everything.
You're
One
my
more time.
everything.
How can I express my gratitude
How can I express my gratitude
for all the many things,
all the many things you've
Father,
done
you
for
done
me?
for me, yeah.
Words are not enough to say thank you.
Say, Lord, you are,
Lord,
you
you're
are.
my
Say,
everything.
I call you Jireh.
You're my provider.
I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey.
You are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are.
Lord, you're my everything.
I call you Jireh.
You're my provider.
I call you Nisi. You are my banner. I call you Rapha.
You are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are. You
You're
are.
my everything.
Uya matinyina. Uya matinyina. Uya matinyina. Oh, uya matinyina. Yeah, so uya.
Moya matinyina. Moya matinyina.
Yeah.
Moya matinyina.
Oh,
Moya matinyina.
say I call you Jireh, say.
I call you
Yeah.
You're my provider.
I call you Nisi. You are my battle. I call you Rapha. Hey.
You are my healer.
Say, Lord, you are my everything. Yeah. Are you ready, everybody? All right, listen. William Miguel, come here. 1, 2, 3. I can breathe without you, say. I can move without you, Lord. Hey, who am I without you? Say, I can live without you, yeah. I can breathe without you, Lord. I can move without you, yeah. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? Hey, we are mounting now. Oh, so oh yeah, oh
Yeah, fema ye London. Ya jia basobodie bebree. Ne ya redare ewo mranse mu. Eye legal services, be to say family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary, any family law. Wo BWF die, yen solicitors edi enijie ene twitwaje wo na ye bo nso nya den kra. Yen partner penin pa Bernardo Wusu aye lawyer ewo UK memu bebru mfie duonu nkron 29 years. BWF Solicitors kura won ho. Inti se ba na ebusuansem bi te se child care eye abofrahwe mu awaregya ye ho twema mentwe ene ohye ana injunction ye de to domestic violence so a ye ma legal assistance ya edimu na yie adwuma nso. Yen child care any family team no nim nia wo famu ewe nia ya wo brei mu enu nti ne yeto ye mbo ase ma wafutu a esefata ewo kokoa mu. Yen senior partner obi a Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel agina tumu no osanso ye member na kyerɛ sɛ ɛba no sɛ ye gina wachi etwitwaje ewo family ene matrimonial cases ho a wonni haw kra. Wope advice ewo immigration sensem ho. Wo BWF Solicitors deɛ ye immigration team no abredare ewo general immigration ho nsɛmsɛm kosi complex immigration, work permit, student visa ho totoye, any entry clearance visas, family visas ni appeals. Yen senior partner a member na wasan ginatum ewo Law Society Immigration Accreditation Panel. Inti se taiwachi a wonni haw kra. Ye bie an office free juada ekosi fiada anopa nonkron pe mu ekosi enumre nonsia eye 9:30 am kosi 6 pm. Ena memene danso eye appointment nko free anopa nondu ekosi ewia no 9 eye 10 am kosi 4 pm. Yewo 4th floor ewo Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road, London N15 4NP. Sawun 93 Seven Sisters Underground nso a eye kwantie bi. Yen senior partner Bernard Owusu san ye barrister ya gina tumu na oye Ghana Bar Association member ena wasan gina se mranimfo ewo court cases ya efa Ghana law ho. Wa advising local authorities, official solicitors office ni solicitors bebree efa Ghanaian law ho yi na osan yo bi a otai kasa ewo radio any TV so fa Ghanaian law.
Rainbow Radio akasa afidie so anapai adie achinye biem obo adie ede enna emere ede adomo ye odi ahoden so nkubi ede amaye kra enti anopa ya woda anopa seidie yinya ebeji akonwa kesi so tena dia na woni mi se yene BWF Solicitors ena yede agrono ebehihye so na anopai sania onyame ede adomo no ede adomo ye no yebetwa ensemu nyina agu ede ama wo pe sania be ya ubehu se ampa onyame eye wodo enenti lawyer Eunice age akonwa otinamu ayetwuku pa ene anopai enye easy na afenso meka akira wo se Rainbow Radio ubetimi atiyenka ewo afa bebre so anopai uwo Manchester DAB plus London DAB na yetwagu ukọ Abefontin time so a internet ai also yegina so se odi wani kire Rainbow Radio Facebook a Rainbow Radio International yegusu twagu ene etie ani December ko a aba nyame ya adoma on the 22nd enti fanse eduada ebai Rainbow Radio 92.4 FM na ekirese yigina so okamu ye wo ho kitchen ye wo ho bathroom ye wo in fact your cooking intensive no akasa no ye di radio tare ho a FM na yigina so din shenonso eduada ebai Rainbow Radio International ye hurasi FM station no gram na yigina so kai hunu se 92.4 na Rainbow Radio ye di etwagu mame kwan na menchia lawyer Eunice na fi mensambra so lawyer me pacho me mawachi emo wakwaba
prophet pacho me so pacho what to say
onyame ehira me papa
yedayamiase
na enkola no ne maame ne abusiafo ne technician wo fi onzo
ovuni na ho ye say summer holidays inti at least enkola no mo ejejo mo na eni kakra enti ovuni na mo ho ye pacho sorry for ne abusiafo nso so e
pacho ye ho ye papa
yedayamiase
me pacho anopai mame 1 minute na fi memfa wo mraso na woni abusiafo ento atwa adwene mame na afi na me technician na awie adwuma bi a oye no wa ha enti mame intentem memfa ye advert no baako entum ansa na watu adwuma no so mame wai
pacho you matiase.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services, including family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary and family law. At BWF, our solicitors are pleased to offer high-quality legal representation at competitive rates. Our senior partner, Bernardo Wusu, has over 29 years' experience as a lawyer in the UK. BWF Solicitors provide independent and practical legal assistance for all kinds of family matters, such as childcare, contested and uncontested divorce, and injunctions for domestic violence. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you in this difficult time, which is why we offer confidential advice delivered in a sensitive manner. Our senior partner is an accredited member of the Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel, which guarantees expert representation in all family and matrimonial cases. We are located at 4th floor Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London, N15 4NP, just a short walk from Seven Sisters Underground.
Your preferred community lawyers. Yeah, there was a set what me Athena so attrain amayen akbaba. So Ubo Rainbow Radio International, your Facebook no so and your mammy and son and your afru. Number 1, share. Number 2, comment. Number 3, like. Nabu Musa and Wasra, Nish you say nomi. Lawyer Eunice, your pacho, your somehow akbaba bim. Na ye bisa was say and net anopay. Ye da sore ye no e dey na si home office for see ye nyete ye nka dey na nchire chief
Pastor Yomejo, so prophet. As we do every week, make sure you here for any unkofwa or more Facebook Live, so and I say YouTube, Mutie, so Rainbow Radio International, so Michamuni see your FM. That is great. I think you're calling from all over the UK and I'm on any night. In regards to your updates, saying every week, say you can say your updates are there's something that the Home Office is currently putting in place in terms of your appendix settlement family life. So what are your immigration rules are your appendix FM, which is to do with family members. Say we are yere and I say kunu and I say akola and I say we yere efrim and I say kunu efrim and I can say o ka say we yere and I say kunu no in some there has been domestic abuse into OYA application. And I say, person application, Emma, we see adult dependent relative. Requirements weighing in requirements under your appendix FM. Say, Omuma will leave eshe senya to so amount settlement after a period of either 5 years and I say 10 years. Into your appendix settlement from family members. Into we share conform what 2.5 year leave and I say conform almost 10-year route no so and I say 5-year route no so. Usually no so we qualify for 2.5 either on the 5-year route and I say a 10-year route no so no. Then you know say it is after a period of 5 years answer now be to me I indefinite leave to remain application. And I say after a period of 10 years over to me I application for indefinite leave to remain. Into say a banner say oh yes our application na almost requirements are almost share and sana almost to me I'm indefinite leave to remain. At first no na okoye indefinite leave to remain. There were just basic requirements that almost and sana almost amounts are indefinite leave to remain. With all indefinite leave to remain applications, no, there's no immigration health surcharge because all your applications say over your settlement ever from her into almost into your IHS fee, but application fee there over to you, and currently as it stands is over £2,400. In say no sano, So your parents and I say your partner of a British citizen and I say ukunu and I say wobano settled. It means that omukra indefinite leave to remain. And I say ukunu out only no hono ebia ode 5 years sa EU 5 years and omode mawo into ono ye EU near oto chrome ha into omama 5 years a okunya was settlement. That would usually be 2.5 on the 5-year routes and sana when you indefinite leave to remain. And I said parents route no so into ABA when you first 2.5 why you switch to the 5-year route into omama another 2.5 on the 5-year route into all trying for the next 2.5 not with me no enya 5 years complete answer na why indefinite leave to remain. And no son also ka say your parents are why should accolade up to this point or your application no to show say you are playing an active role in a colonial life either say or direct access because only a colonial and say and I say only a colonial say into the BBM no when I was no. And then they want to know say over to me emiti sa appendix call no. Into appendix call no is to do with your English language and your life in the UK text. Into say English language assessments na either say why your undergraduate degree ever chrome ha and I say why your degree outside of the UK wama acts for formerly known as NARIC. Aye assessments I confirm say level B1 were English speaking and listening. And I say why yes English language speaking and listening level B1 no. And then you will have to also show say what pass your life in the UK test. In say no sano say wait to me emit requirements when so na and also with them in regards to maintenance and I say financial requirements either say older parents with no so and as a partner with no so almost say requirements for maintenance either say say umbano say you will rent any or mortgage and I say you will council tax every month you will be left with enough money to be able to look after umbano accommodations also ewo so almost a partner route no so almost say usika na wunya at least 18,600 or more. Into no sano na wa catch on say my bank statements name, my pay slips name, my dream letter name, my meeting requirements waiting now. Into they are looking to see say you are able to meet all of these requirements and you have been on the route for a continuous period of either 5 years and answer for a continuous period of 10 years. The ocean for our private life in your parents, your either partner or spouse. Now more depending on one home because of the fact that ebia atna a chrome for at least a period of 7 years. Into say we are collect what's now a chrome for at least a period of 7 years. Over to me actually say what form a private life ever chrome also we are eligible to make that application for settlement. And I say I collect with more than 18 but still under the age of 25. Now over to me actually say what now have for more than half of our life. Now amount 2.5 pencil for 5 years. And also sign also over to me application for indefinite leave to remain, which is your settlement now. And now Crampo say obia or private life for 20 years into you're above the age of 18. What's now a chrome have for at least 20 years into your application no they are looking to see say one start 10-year route no so for that period now no in no so now almost I consider what application for settlement. Every application for settlement no will require that over to me aka say why your English language and wo life in the UK. Apart from akola with this 7 no, on open no exempt from English language test and life in the UK because no requirements they say we are 18 and I say we are between the ages of 18 to 65, then you will have to take life in the UK and English language test no. It's important say so we yes application for indefinite now unim say oh yes our test way to be able to apply onto that settlement route. That is first thing first for this morning. In terms of applications in regards to EU nationals, sometimes in Kofo ebisa say me banana say me kunu ana say me yere na owo fie no still na metumi de na ba under EU settlement scheme. Yes, of course. So wo we EU na wo ti UK chrome ha so wo no obetumi akere say what na chrome ha before 31st of December 2020 because of the fact say in nanim say chrome UK hanom omo free EU no omo ma omo ho time period nkofo ebetumi aberem EU for no ebetumi aberem, and that period ended on the 31st of December 2020 at 11 p.m. And see say want to me enchre say urem before that date na ayeden say obetumi aka say now to chrome her before the specified date of 31st December 2020. But say wo awe EU no obetumi akere say now to chrome her before that date na wo eyere anase ekunu anase eba anase wo mama ana papa anase wo nana e wo fie na wo pese wo kire say wo na wo hwe sa nipa we usually say akola you don't have to necessarily show say almost dependent or so if they are under the age of 21. Into say oh yes application na wo kire almost say oba into una sisi abia ohwe no because abia ne mama na se ne papa no onto me enhwe akola nti una se ohwe no nti wo de akola no eba ekrom ha ana say oyere ana se okunu a wo fie no because of the fact say muware before 31st December 2020 deadline nti opesa wokofa ukru anasa oyere efifie eba nti no so ewo hosta anasa opesa wokofa umame anasa papa because of the fact say ebia sisi asenya situation na akoye no wona wo hwe omo ebe better say omo beba wonchen na obetumi adaso ahwe omo for that continuous period of time nti enono sano now all year application no under year appendix EU where omubema omo 6 months family permit say akola under the age of 21 usually omubema sa akola no the same asetna as ne mama and as ne papa say akola under the over the age of 21 dear and the sa akola no obenam the roots na so into say your money 6 months family payments every day a room dear, then after the 6 months they will have to show say almost a chrome her, and if they are able to show say they are still depending on omo mami and asa omo papa na they give them the 5 years, and then after a period of 5 years continuous residence no na omo aye application no for settlement and I say indefinite leave to remain under appendix EU. And see the only time a spouse and I say a knu and I say a yere ebeba your immigration rules no I say is if they cannot show say our no was before 31st December 2020 na and no sano so say nipa no betumi meet immigration rules requirements, which is the relationship requirements, financial requirements, English language requirements, any accommodation, no, into omobeba immigration rules appendix FM ase. So in regards to EU applications, no, that's so over to me aye home ejuma. It's better say over secure legal advice in terms of documents are over here and home, but it is still valid, and I said it is still ongoing in say entry and that's so home. And then lastly and not finally, applications. I know say Cecilia Home Office for no eguswa omo applications home ejuma. And when it comes to delays na I know said Cecilia omo start to say omo the MYA eba omo the evidence of ABI almost ABISA for more evidence from clients, and as a nipa na wire application no into some wire no HSA at least almost gusua almost home ejuma into as a matter of fact at least so will application actually na unse almost be rest assured say we will be from almost soon because we will say almost started to send correspondence and answer decisions ANMA in conference and also a good feedback in terms of complaints and for any letters before claims and including lawyers for into that is a good response to all of the complaints we've been making and also a good feedback. Into prophets, Mamenja Noaha na so with your main topic.
Yo, mame lawyer yedawo ase. Mame mao emfa ensio kakra emfo womenim. If he say kasa wo hui enye cheap, kasa enye cheap pra. Sa na kasa nso enye easy pra. Enti se obeti sa brofu ya se kasa nye cheap, kasa nye easier. Uni obi kasa mwama na kwan no wanom nsuo. Yekoba ene lawyer ni yebedi nkomo. What do I do if I am suffering in an abusive relationship and my leave to remain is expiring? Say ekwan ben so ena mefa so. Say awadi a meeting ye tete me ye buru mani so ye hame na menya ahomeka ewo mawadi mu na menkrata no nso no ba beko abiye ekwan ben so ena mefa so dwendwene ho mame ye ba ye bedi ho nkomo.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services, including family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary and family law. At BWF, our solicitors are pleased to offer high-quality legal representation at competitive rates. Our senior partner, Bernardo Wusu, has over 29 years' experience as a lawyer in the UK. BWF Solicitors provide independent and practical legal assistance for all kinds of family matters, such as childcare, contested and uncontested divorce, and injunctions for domestic violence. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you in this difficult time, which is why we offer confidential advice delivered in a sensitive manner. Our senior partner is an accredited member of the Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel, which guarantees expert representation in all family and matrimonial cases. We are located at 4th floor Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London, N15 4NP, just a short walk from Seven Sisters Underground.
Yo, atiefo yesama mo akwaba yene BWF Solicitors ɛna nanɔpa yi yɛde legal education no ɛbrɛ wo sani yɛtie yɛnkɔ lawyer Eunice hɔ na nnɛ yɛnkɔhwɛ me kunu ɛɛboro me me yere ɛɛboro me esi ɛne sɛ nkrataa kakra bi a wɔde ama me nti awadeɛ no m'ani ngye na nkrataa no nso ɛɛba abɛyɛ spy ɛɛba bibi na awadeɛ mi ti no ayɛ kume ɛkwan bɛyɛ nso ɛna mefa so lawyer yɛgye ama
Prophet me da se bebre we ye issue a nkofo bebre face it regardless of whether there was COVID or there was no COVID. I know say during COVID no na nkofo bebre etifia almost experienced the way pa into the statistics show that with more people staying at home there was an increase in domestic abuse.
That's right.
Within the home. And that's usually right. It's I say domestic abuse. It could be a kunu eyere. It could also be somebody within the home, such as the family member. The family member be a and also could be a perpetrator of domestic abuse. Into ukunu brother, ne sister, ne mama, ne papa. They could all be, should I say, perpetrators of domestic abuse. But I'm not going to talk in general about just domestic abuse. Saying your topic no is in regards to unkofua almost a day a certain area 2.5 by and as almost take room her with a certain and they are trying as much as possible to live happily with omu kunu and as a omu yere, and there has been ups and downs. With the ejuma na you know, I will not limit domestic abuse to just women almost suffer, because there are occasions where men have also come and they have experienced domestic abuse, and you are just thinking to yourself, well, you say in Bema any wedding, but in Baby so how many wedding pa. Oh, we need a papa. And sometimes I have this idea, say, most of the time, no, because of asitana, omode, de masanipano, they think that sanipano would take advantage of the nkatana, omode, omode, etna krumha, into in order not for that person to take advantage, say, almost say, almost nipa betumi a control sa nipa no ne welfare na say na setna or na kroma. Insi say we share definition of domestic abuse, and I know say first na you find domestic violence because in confederation say o bu nipa na say wo ku nipa no and no na domestic violence, but recently, we know say since 2018, or almost a day more, should I say, adjectives to describe what domestic abuse is. And see, it's not just the physical abuse; it can also be financial. In nipa kono control account. It could be that nipa kono crampono account no what would but no, and a is a frame no. And in regards to account. It could also be the fact that it is some emotional abuse. Into nipa na only need to fear no crampo no, on feel on mausika or mau love nothing. There's nothing in the relationship. On fro on trusting who sits here and answer in Colano, saying yeah eba shopping in Yama Debia I said when I could be supposed and son I walk shopping. Aduane a wobɛyɛ no sɛ woyɛ aduane na ɔmpa and ɛna ne sɛ wɔto aduane no egu, and there is a lot going on in people's homes. Nti emotional abuse and so can domestic abuse no ho. And then you also have things like coercive behavior. Nti nimpa no de bia ɔpɛ sɛ ɔhyɛ wo nso. Nti there is no freedom to do what you want. Nti ɔse ode nkɔla no in Colano school, not was sign abafie, me pesa weko baby in Colano from school. By 9:30, no, I'm expecting you back home. me pese at least oye efie edwuma no pacho my culture say menko be bia tena fie obi frɛ wa memfa phone no nti phone no krampo na me dey ma wo no meye ne pay as you go enye contract phone na obe gina phone no so akasa kasa saa meye no pay as you go senya obe hu say sika na ewo so no enshada enwo so for that long into wo phone no with the £10 egu so £10 ne pen na obeyan for the whole month yama ekoso ana say entire shopping no say mema o £50 so £50 no and I would better wo ene nkola na yama no for that whole 1 month no instead no pen and I made to me edi amamo there is so much going on into cohesive behavior no and so and then it can also be that the person has a controlling behavior and which is also part of your cohesive behavior into the person will control baby I will call idea obeye juma krapa or say there be menye juma tnafie because of the fact say metumi aye juma no wo de tnafie mema wo sika we pe na metumi e de ama wo so wo pese wo ye bibi on the side crampo na o se there be menye yes say wo pese wo ka bibi crampo a o ma wo kasa obeka say yedin me na me ye be ma wo fie yedin na say the America no. Into all of this also comes under your controlling behavior. And then there's the threatening side of it, where nipano or yao or catcher or say, we are good for nothing, we wouldn't amount to anything. Oh yeah, me desikame wo, and I said, oh yeah, me paume wo efifie ha, oh yeah, me jin kolane efi all of those things is part of threatening behavior. And there are situations where, of course, because of your culture, especially say if a man is the one going through all of this, it is very difficult say omo beka bibi achire obi omo entumi nkasa omo kanche obi even if it's a close friend, they will tell that close friend certain things, but they can't open up and say omo kokachire asori penifo and answer omo kokachire police and answer omo kokachire say and it's part of the culture because you don't say mbema enkasa and answer mbema omunsu into such things when it happens when I bear my say ojina hopping and it is not always the case. It is important say oya bear my crampo na so to me eka say ni say na AC madam fo me go through in your way a day and I met to me aye and I say emboa ben and I met to me enya because of the fact say me go through sa in your way in Kratano and your gold and your heaven and your Jesus in Kratano sitna obi edebetna ekrom ha say oh you see in Krata as a way of getting to that person there, then unfortunately no I think say it is such an evil thing to do. So obetna ho adwin say because of Nkrata mayama nipa way intimation and say mesumi nipa it is obviously a wrong thing to do, and I will stand by any man or woman who is a victim to this because in some way it has to be brave, but I want us to be able to know say these are what we call domestic abuse, and if something like this is to go on, we are supposed to speak to somebody to be able to get the right help and answer supporter and in terms of Nkrata also your home office and I say your government name say sign your way so eta esi into say a banner dia and deɛ ɔmo anim sɛ ɔmo betumi aboa nipa no on a kwan bi so a ɔmo betumi anya asetena because ɛnyɛ no fault sɛ wakɔ through saa domestic abuse and anaasɛ wakɔ through saa domestic violence no nti saa akɔba ne saa deɛ a ɛdɛn ɛna yɛ immigration rules ɛka ɛfa ɛno no nti sɛ yɛhwɛ yɛ immigration rules under yɛ appendix FM or eligibility requirements in regards to your DVILR. In say no, in regards to your domestic violence and as a domestic abuse cases. In say what's a chrome ha or your application for indefinite leave to remain based on domestic violence there. Say what say the first grant of leave based on your partner. Nti either say wo partner no British and I say or indefinite leave to remain krom ha and I say wo partner no so refugee status krom ha and I crampo say wo partner no EU nia wonya free settled status krom ha nti say ekoba ne say wo chere say wo first grant of leave no was as a partner of sanipa we ya na wo sayaka say apart from first grant of leave na omo de ma wo no wa sign your application biom omo ma wo 2.5 as a partner of Sanimpa Wesa and you have realized that nyama bi ekoso wo fia enye nti because of the fact say sa nyama we ya esisi no nti waka say mo relationship anasa ma warrior no egu nti it has broken down permanently. Nti a chrome has a yaka say wo awari anase wo relationship no break it down permanently. We are saying say we hu bibia enye ye because senya nipa krono abo anase senya nipa krono one neglect emotionally no anase senya nipa krono are controlling in terms of finances no and as a cohesive behavior ninti there's no way move to me adaso akoso as husband and wife and I say as partners who for instance move to me aka say move so etna obviously say oye ekunu and I say yere na owomba na motifie ba kumu na there is obviously no provision of another accommodation into because when in colonity into there's no way I over to me akɔhwehwɛ a dime for floor etua rent ene nkolano akɔtena hɔ nti ɛno no so home office aka wɔn guidance mu sɛ sɛ muti bom na of course over to me akyerɛ evidence say because of their air cost no there's no way I over to me akɔhwehwɛ dan etua ɛho sika but one papa no went to the same room want to separate rooms bibia near papa no and na na de wo so wo ti fie ho no ma wo hwe nkola nti mun da the same room mun ye hwe emma papa no nti eno no sa no there's no way obetumi akɔpɛ wo ankasa wo dan anase obetumi akɔpɛ wankasa wo ho a obetumi akase wo ne nkola no because sika no krampo eni ho a obetumi de etua saa dan eka no nti wo da so etifie ho no but omo hwe wo evidence na wo de aba ene the fact say enye baby a wo betumi akosisi a because of nkola o hwe nti eno so saa no omo hwe but they want to know say wo evidence na wo de aba no e kire say wo relationship na wo no I break it down permanently nti eno no saa no there are a number of factors that case workers are more home office are almost share and they want to know say what application for indefinite leave no then was it after a period of let's say 3 or 5 years after the domestic abuse happened and I say after a 6-month period or a year and what the application to say because of domestic violence application way and then they want to know as well. Say evidence now one they have put it into certain categories. Almost person who say evidence now one either say a conclusive, and I say a strong evidence, and I say a moderate evidence, and I say even if it's low in the scale crampona, they will have to look at the evidence in the round to see say domestic violence is yen to me and say papa way and I say mommy way obey to me akoswa I was our relationship way into say it to me a man of indefinite leave to remain. It's evidence ni be to say ka say I report say we am a police ebia ne pakono ebo ma wo etinka say we senya we prame no se man frɛ police amana bibi bɛyɛ me wɔ clients ba ko a ne kunu etwe se kan na nkola wɔ fie a ne kunu atwe se kan a ɔde ɛbɛwɔ no hoa na ɔto se kan ne twe ne yɛ ɔfrɛ police no and a police no ɛbɛfa no. And in that instance you are just thinking to yourself anything can happen. Unto me Emma sa papa way and sign Emma fie honom. And say keeping no ever ho. Arrested no. And obviously police nearby question mamma no almost some question kola no so who say this say esi. Keep papa no was sell honom. And it drew a certain point so again our culture mamma say men charge no when person better prison into mo munyi no oda so ye nkola we omo papa nti munyi no mfrim prisoner at least obetumi aba fie. And I was thinking to myself our culture again but in such instances I think say it is also advisable to speak to a lawyer because you can also do other things under your family law act no you can apply for non-molestation order. And I say you can apply for occupation order where courts no ever stop from coming near the premises and I say from coming near the house for a period of time, either 6 months or a year. And if it is a non-molestation order, say if he is party to that order that the court has made, no, they need to make a finding of fact. Into say court no agya to say evidence nature say sa nipa way no or a domestic abuser into there's no way say obey mama no because of nyama say any say na yeah and also will be taken as conclusive evidence say ampa sa nipa way a domestic abuser. So for instance wait to me actually say evidence from the police because arrested no and then there was a conviction into ABS or de ne to mu charge no court for no agya to say he was a domestic abuser and no then that will be conclusive evidence say ampa sa nipa way abuser. But say ebia arrested no one for case no uncle baby into one to so into that in a sense is seen to be moderate evidence says anipa no abuser because ebia arrested no but anshed that unfor case na uncle baby because ebia mama na na say nipa na victim no when to me anshe so much so say nipa crowe are abusing no in this way or that way. But say ma nipa no arrested no caution say yinim say ye boni way and na boni way so and na yinim say why inti patcho men yes abium otherwise say it say why say ade we bioma definitely you be arrested na ya charge with this offense. In giving that person a caution no that will be seen as strong evidence say nipa way offense way or committed you know whether it's assault because ebia obo mame no and I say wa bruise mama n'anim anase wa bruise papa n'anim anase ne honam baby eno no sa no, then you are saying say that can be taken as strong evidence say domestic abuse has taken place inti and also ewo ho sa ana krampo say because more nkola ninti nkola no ye na ye nim say abrochi ayewo they are always telling the children say BBC a omombe report say anasa omombe kan and nkola as innocent as they are ebimu so ekasa into some school definitely no omobekasa omobeka kire omo teacher omobeka kire obi omobeka kire madamfo say ni say na ekọ so ewo me fie menim dia meye say teachers no so start say omo question won na omo hu say ya dia serious then with the school's policy either so omobeka kire head teacher na head teacher no so escalate no ama social services for no. And once the social services become involved, then it means definitely no, they will pay mama no and as papa no a visit just to make sure the children are also okay. And in the case that my clients no FM no where nuclear trains the kind no, it had been a series of incidents in na in Kolano almost way ni na no omo come school. So there were points when my clients would be asked by the head teacher, so are you okay? Bibi or her, and they were taking her through a series of meetings just so that she would be able to open up and say what she was going through. Because in Kolano, Abeka and Sem was school, and see almost taking notes, and they have put it on the system. And she was questioned by the social services and interviewed by them. And she, of course, had to open up about what was going on because, say, in Kolatu, then you can't tell them that in Kolano, you have to be able to verify what the children are saying. Into evidence way in terms of social services assessments, any reports done by, let's say, organizations into Women's Aid and I say other charitable organizations are almost share victims of domestic violence. So organizations weighing in us assessments now almost at the brewa. Those things can be seen as strong evidence into say when you saw documents where and no better almost say you have been through a series of incidents and I say you have been through domestic violence and say himself we a victim. And now Crampo said it could be that ABA when you saw non-molestation order make home as and I said when you saw occupation order no. And then within the occupation order and I said non-molestation order no. There was no finding of fact, but Omo Ajiatum said Sanimpa way no, he should not come near you. And I said Sanimpa way no, should not come anywhere near the premises. And also Sano can be seen as strong evidence in the fact that they have stopped him from coming near you. Say ABA non-molestation order na say occupation order na yama ono would without the consent and say without the other party knowing into the official name and say terminology and moment no ex party order in Sisanimpa no na ABA on can the whole proceedings no into and one say court no ama sa order no because we who say nipa no ampa wa yes same way and also ye the order no ascend no omo the order no send no and also anka ho hwe that will be seen as moderate evidence say domestic abuse no AC say moye undertaking because there are some instances where both parties will be part of the whole court proceedings into ABA omo ahwe we asem ahwe mame no so asem omo ehun say mumienu mendifo into some way undertaking into some way undertaking in the sense say mumienu mo beka say you are agreeing say mo empra mo ho mo entache mo ho mo enye say dia, and also sano is also seen as evidence for domestic abuse. And even though it's on the low end, at least it is evidence say mumie no crampo no, you went through this and the court has said that you should agree, and as a munye undertaking mubeka say mu enye sa enyema way. And then last week, so now me can asem in regards to your child arrangement orders and prohibited steps orders in the area one in Kolano. There's no way upese oma sa nipa way ehwe in Kolano inti mutifie munye hwe inti in Kolano wo maame na na se wo papa no e na wo hwe omo wo yere no ana se wo ukno no onhwe Kolano onye hwe. And there have been instances where the woman has been so abusive to the extent say papa no kwa and nkolano, and he has to try and get some extra help in terms of the nkolano, because I mean it's not easy for him to be going through what he's going through and then also look after the children. In that instance, say ukoye bibi to say child arrangement order na courts no at the prohibited steps order, so at to hold to say because of domestic abuse na air consonancy, there's no way sa nipa we no ebe to me aben enikunu anase ne yere anase nkola no instead no sa no, so will be seen as moderate evidence or the Emma immigration caseworker not to be able to assess your case. And then there are some instances where say police know who say you are constantly going back to that same relationship. Now, Nipano has been very violent. They can also get an order from the courts. It's on way to me in sa domestic violence order to prevent sa Nipano from coming near you for a period of 28 days. For that period, that person will be banned from coming anywhere near you or communicating with you or contacting you in any way for a period of 28 days. And it is only for that short period of time, whereas non-molestation order able to me for a longer period, which is at least 1 year. And within that 1 year, when him say nimpa we onto me and frame me phone onto me and bisasa me wahe onto me and bear me and ba me fie ba near nkola no nti saa enyama we enina e was saa non-molestation order ne occupation order no so dia, and then when him say at least saa evidence say obetumi e dia come home office for no say saa enyama we na ACC. And then when it comes to general people ebia omu ensure that anymore into more rented dime and unim say mune nkrofo ete into star nkrofo no omo ye tenants and tenants we no so omu ehun say sa ade we na ekoso ebia because of nyama esise no ebia yembo, but because all go through that cohesive behavior where nipa kono ehye won so na on ma wonye hwe or catch us say we say any say one yes say any say dia and dear obehu ade a mede bayew into sa nipa no a oye tenant no we hu sa yema we nina wate in some way ekoso, and because of the fact that ebia on pen ho asem no nti ono so aye no hu din okoba on nem nkasa onye hwe. So if they are able to write a statement, and I say if they are able to write a letter to say omo ehun said this pattern of behavior has been going on for the period of time now omo abetna fi honom omo ehun sa anyema we say nipa no betumi confirm that will also be seen as strong evidence say domestic abuse is taking place, because sa nipa no nenum asem no on sheda enya wadamfo on sheda enya wo mame anase wo papa onye wo relative onye wo hwe nti say oka say idea we kɔ so a and the omubegine because ono no independent person a obetumi akire say nyema we kɔ so dia and the yebeje dia all kano atum nti evidence and answer statements from independent people no so omojitum. And then when it comes to ABR, the fact say because of the emotional abuse, you are constantly depressed, untumi down, untumi enye hwe, didian krampono, untumi endidi, debia o nama unhia somebody to comfort you. A financial abuse that will go through because account krampono, you don't have access to it. Sika krampa ye de bema no krampono, untumi en fine ye hwe. Inti sana akoba na dia ende ebia obekọ GP ho obekọ say omuma o endro na at least wait me ada but blood pressure kosra GP no obepesa obe question I didn't know blood pressure koso sa me wo client ba ko a it went so high na GP no ebisa no bibi koso wo fie ho no ma ma wo atete anase day because you won't say blood pressure within a period of 4 weeks akosro and it keeps going high and high. What is going on? And you have to be able to let them know say because of say ni say koso ninti be blood pressure no so an echo and that's one who say over for antidepressants and that's sleeping tablets. We ni no so to me catch your GP so to me catch and say ni say ena esi anase koso mason endrome nsi mihia mboa but at the moment no mean to me en yehwe because ebia enye physical adie na me go through nsi police no dey mean to me en from but at least GP anase medical practitioner so to me catch omo na at least omo try so omo in one way or the other because ebia you need more support and it could be say the Women's Aid and I say other charitable organizations that deal with victims of domestic abuse no able to me abwa and say records from the police and I say more likely the GP and medical practitioners no so is also seen as moderate evidence that over to me are provided ama home office case workers now over to me who say yes ampa abuse way na koso wo fie nti yebetumi aka say ampa nipa way abuser ntina of course more relationship no to me twaso. And when it comes to statements from let's say one kasa ho anase won down fofo na omo enhu ye anase emails photos wetwitwa text messages o trese say ni say na koso because those people are somewhat related to you and I say people who we would say are biased because omunimo in says our evidence we know me provided but it is seen to be a low form of evidence. But if you have other forms of evidence to say GP we are maka ho asem and I say wako hu Women's Aid and I say other charitable organizations, then that at least will be building the evidence in terms of the fact say ampa situation we no even though any physical no at least e wo hosa inti say ni say and etsie there and there you be consider and the case workers have to look at the evidence in the round to be able to make a decision on what application now why no because if the evidence is 1, 2, 3, 4 a continuous pattern of behaviors there and you have evidence from all the other organizations including the Amabobo Sono, then you can show say ampa same way is no and yet asem ketwa. And the thing is as long as you are going through it to me and fan share in Burma, I think say sometimes it can take a lot, but it is not for you to keep it within. I think say when things like this are happening, and if it is something that has gone on for a very long period of time, na ujidi say when you apotre wode there say woye, but for one reason or the other no nipa no enhye da entumi enwo endi sa relationship na mo wom nti say wote ho efri sa nipa no ho na at least dia say woye no na waye. And I know say most men, when they are thrown out of the house and they are going through all of this, they will just take it as okay. Say ACD and they measure quite for. But you don't just have to take the abuse, because say unyeshi na obi wa yaka dia say utumi say nipa we or yame ayaka dia then ena metumi aye afa ho matena ho ma hwe nkola no ma ye bibia ese me ye bia ama nkola no me ne na atena bia 5 years ni me ne na atena bia 3 years ni dia oye no me hu enu so me hu dia ese me ye, because me am ye be ma no ma ye dia ese me ye bibia, but still na efie no meeting no ho enjo. And see, these are things that you have to speak out about. Say, with GPA bisawa, pacho catch with GP say any say and koso. Say oko hu sa charitable organizations na pacho ko hu omo na omomboa. Say you serious to say my clients back and nukunu train second ya pacho free police. Men ka say ukunu and I say o partner. Your culture no emma sa kwan say me report me kunu there be pacho what you say kan pacho for police and yet asema wo beka say unim dia fear beka na say pacho bibia say wo for police into for police na omontumi wow, because that evidence we ni na no so counted towards the application na obey no. Because your domestic violence application now we need evidence then it becomes difficult for them to make a decision, because a day and they almost say ampa sa nipa we obia why sa ayakayaka dear we ni na so to me evidence be whether it's from independent people who have seen it, and answer police, and answer charitable organizations, and answer non-molestation and occupation order, and our child arrangements order actually so say prohibited steps orders are in regards to domestic violence that has occurred within the home. In Sanipa way will cause harm to Nkolano. In Sisayama way in Nano, their form of evidence are over to me are provided. Yes, emails, photos, texts may not be strong evidence, but they also count towards evidence are over to me are provided to show say domestic violence akoso over to me actually say because of nyema way is sinense monhwe na montumi enhu say enunti na me relationship me woman no entumi enkoso into it has broken down permanently montumi enye hwehwe into say o kire san nyema way ni na dia, then they are able to go on and then make a decision as to whether we evidence now wamano and pass domestic violence is there's no way over to me aye ehonhwe into say wote ho every nipa no totally senya and also embeye asem. Maybe in your case only nkola into we woni wukunu pe na muko through sa inyema way say say we catch police because ebi a wukunu no wa yakayaka dia pacho bebre make I say because mukunu nti because some itinem nti so obo me crampo na metinem debi pacho say we hu bibi say wo yere no na woyɛ saa deɛ no to wo kunu dia pacho ekunu frɛ police na at least police no so emehu sɛ saa nyema we na omode ɛyɛ. There was a famous actor from Easterners, Ross Kemp, about news mu say na ne yere ebono. As strong as he is, you would think say obi say no, obi so the yere mu say den on to me and hoshe, but it was not the case. He was able to report it to the police. Prophet, do I say okay, Bibi?
Na maybe say no na a love na.
Well,
man be say omu yo omu saa na omu nya atinka na omu love no ba.
I mate no so because mbani bi wo ho a omu pese e bia omu ye bibi na omu form that intimate relationship with omu kruma bi de me nti sa de na se it wo pese di prako no wo no shake no ansa na when your intimate reaction me say ready you go drink your baby.
They say ya dem brame tutu a man for love back off for more.
Hey, Prophet, it's in the pakone elbow ankasa. They haven't said say obo pair sex, but they are telling you say may show say mesume your ba me bo. It's I don't know actually said nipa krono will become more intimate with you and I said they men see it.
Anyway, some of you law no. Mo you law mo you talk baby dey share.
Prophet, I don't see a thing because Mate say baby can say for them not to become more intimate no e say omo bom kunu no e say omo hu say omo kunu no omo ho dey say omo bom na omo ye omo ya me say Raji, but everyone is to his own. Say wo kunu no etiase say sa na wo tie dia then of course now I can say ye mienu ye tie ho ase enti ye be fa ne saa say sa na tie dia
ye be buru ye ho ne atena ase
aha because mu mienu mate mo ho ase say wo kunu no e bia won kan kire no say sa na wo pe na then he will see it as abusive behavior because you haven't communicated into onim say sa na wo tie into you have to communicate it. Oh odo because me pen say me pen rough into me ye wo sa dia e say who say me pe bibi into na me ye wo sa into I don't know you have communicated into there is that understanding what clear say sa na wo tie into obeti ase sa so a na wa ma wo dia wo pe into say sa na
tie me ba cho ma me bisa wo in this case you know say ye kwa akoware so a e wo say ye bisa be ma ne say me pa cho e die na me ya e be mo wo huni say we die e ye wodo enti die me ya na bobo masom kakra
yeah and I think say these are things you will notice if you are dating each other unless ni bakono unhu no into moko ware no that was the first time of seeing that person.
Okay, where Gina Homami. Unko mo ya me de. Me pa cho me ma achi e ma o akwaba eba yedumadi so.
Kwa me do prophet Michel Lorraine and upon commotion jamatine get into me.
And upon komo what mu de wahu.
Somehow, I don't know how you
now, who dear no, a Bruno, a love, and I say, a hatred, abuse, a was here because who dear no at the same.
Maybe then a good
You, lawyer ate you.
Okay, but we start this way. Madam to be na or you na oba no. Okay. Neba si ni akola. It's Italian national, but omo no Italy and sana akola neba but akola neba has na we be two, but what na have for 5 years. Akola na has na for 5 years. Na ma no so nya settlement do have. Because akola can only register no and after so we register no.
Inter Colano wenya ne indefinite sisia.
But my money there will not settle status.
Okay, because Colano I saw also a year ne indefinite and I said ne settlement application no. Because without that indefinite and I said settlement status no, on to me and year registration. If the child has a settled status and I said indefinite leave to remain, now or that so under the age of 18 dear, and then he can register because ne mame I settlement no into he's registering to say ne mame abe settled ewo chrome ha based on appendix E, you know, because ne mame abe indefinite leave to remain and I said abe settlement ninti ne mame registering as obia person obia British ewo chrome ha. And the mother can also do the naturalization application. So if the time is right for her to also do that application.
But my main person already are still a colony still.
And so my main person obey ne dia obey to me I colony dia ne pe.
Okay, you know, so my main person relinquishing Italian nationality. A colony for the man.
Oh, okay. And so settlement ne ma colony pe obey to me I application also for registration na ma colano.
You know, make the continuation of another, you know, that's it.
Patrick, yes, that's it.
Yes, so that was it. Oheneba. Lawyer, me sorry, you bet was on my 1 minute. Na memfa 1 or 2 calls na yep member back. Hello, me pacho me ma watching ema wakwaba eba yeduma di yesu.
Hello, yeah. Prophet.
Oh, Henny, Major also.
With your morning, same way you and how you are helping out people. With the situation here totally different from conversation and as a topic of the day. No?
Okay, until person watching and what the person say what you know, and yamu basum, nentiantium, nimpian, what you need different. Yati, omo yes, and in a babbage you, a bet you, a love in your love, you bet you. Oh, Bonani, we are what I could do before Freddy, you bet you. Yeah.
Anyway, we just to press forward. Madam Master, so the issue here with regards to debating or contemplating about a judicial review I'm a person to secure. Now, background of our 17 years and say the application as a non-EU citizen as a partner to EU citizen. No more refuse application on eligibility grounds, but yet on my grounds is obey my administrative review. Right. So my administrative review, and it has been pending for almost about 15 months. The solicitor literally says that because there has been delays and letters and complaints has not yielded to any other frame. And let's press for judicial review. So at the permitting stage, that was even granted, and they came back to say, in light of the presentations and evidence that are presented to them, they have withdrawn initial decision and they refuse to administrative review. And as a matter of fact, administrative review has now turned out to be invalid. So they are setting out to reconsider application number refusing initially, and that they are calling out for certain interviews and certain things. Right. My legal solicitors of a different opinion said this is unlawful and improper. Right. So he's advocating that I should still go for a judicial review. I am of a second opinion, say, okay, make a second thought as to what to do. Is it right to go for a judicial review in as much as it's costly and all these things? So then make a legal advice as for a second opinion as to what to do.
Because I don't have the papers with me, I can just give you a general advice. Because something like this, we should be able to read what the papers say before we even give you any form of advice whatsoever. So don't take this as legal advice, Pacho, because this is just a general opinion based on what you are telling me. And so it said, almost like I said, with regards to administrative review, they are obviously withdrawing almost decision and so they'll rather invite you to an interview, then that is a good thing because at least you have a chance to really show them, say, well, relationship, genuine. And when it comes to showing them that your relationship is genuine, they will ask you certain questions as a couple. And it might not just be questions to do with marriage and I say data or area and I say they might ask you questions to do with yourselves. What you like doing? What did you do during the last birthday? Things to do with how close you are. Maybe they looked at the period at which you said you've been living together. So what's natural? They will be asking you things that they would think you would know about each other for that long period of time. And so depending on how long you say you've lived together, they will be asking you questions along those lines to see how well you know each other. So it could be a very good thing to go for the interview. If your lawyer is suggesting judicial review, I'm not sure why he's suggesting that, because the Home Office have come back to withdraw Omo decision. No? And I don't know what decision he wants to take up for judicial review because they have withdrawn their refusal. So that I am a bit perplexed about because my name decision or the air call for judicial review. No? And see, like I said, this is just a general opinion because I don't have the papers in front of me, and so I can't really say what you should do in regards to that situation.
Okay, then just not to cut you off, but is it possible, say, I can follow up on this for you to review as in documentation?
And so no be a consultation. It's the Uber Free Office. I was 0208 493 7340.
Okay.
Yeah.
And let me follow up with a phone call then. That's it.
Okay.
The bacho, ni say, so ye a client, so when ye a client, once a kura atongum, near what tower, ye debe miamiano, near yingu na free mama no wow, no what one again is no, oba, ye be yama or pepe. Eti documents and a sawa feeling, sapi now be feeling, would be a fabra, ye be free mama, no na lawyer can ye friend consultation. Na odika kra na chere say yahwe mama why nyame nshirao no BWF Solicitors enipa ho donti na aboa kraman okomram nye senka okodafu babi a obefa bia ye behwe ne ahu say bibia edana kwam me ba cho me mawache ema wo akwaba eba dwumadi so
ba cho me dey so profit
ohima wadaroma lawyer 8 you.
I said, "Friend, I'm really good morning."
Morning.
Yes. If I told me question and fat topic now we end I hope it's a bit in the
Patching.
The pastor me application live to me. My decision number. They return me the biometric any supporting documents I'm the queen now by my passport after. Tell me because is there any way I'm making I am and come passport back?
And so passport no na man back.
The passport I'm back.
Usually the Home Office has a right to retain your passport until a decision is made. And so make a decision there, then they will return your passport to you. So make a decision, not still now passport number back and the next which will say unsanka or passport into when here our passport no as soon as possible. The baby back.
And I'm not quite making I'm on my way and sometimes.
And say passport no the posting ma and I say no biometric center honor.
Yeah, biometric center honor.
Yeah, so usually you can write to the address on the biometric and now say address na ewo return of documents no so into that envelope now mo de buy no we share address na ewo so na over to me atron so and then there's also the online form or catch a Home Office open return of documents. It's the all request your passport back because of the fact that I'm making decision there. Now I'm returning passport no sabro.
Okay. But in online and online,
So I'm make a decision there. Want to me passport request whilst there's no decision. But so oh yeah. Pacho say.
Me say I'm make a decision every. I'm going the passport in the pen number.
Oh, okay. And so usually all the documents never even before they make a decision in America, sir. Because say oh yeah, sir, online return of documents now, they expect you to say what they will passport in bro. And then they'll ask you, are you withdrawing an application? Then you have to click yes because Oma make a decision. And say no sir no na who catch them say oh here passport in so Oma return it and bro.
Okay. But actually, inshallah,
lawyer me pacho ma me fa we ntwam enti say me documents according fi kesiemu na media ya me frɛ ho fi kitwa because when you kesiesa me frɛ ho fi kitwa enti say documents go di ho na o pese wutu kwan na o request papa me pacho di na so na o request for your passport
yeah
yentimi fa your passport na mbrɛ o sagi na fa tu kwan do withdraw application ni nyina.
It's a withdrawal application automatically because you are telling them, say, they haven't made a decision on your application, and then you are asking for your passport back. It's automatically, you are withdrawing your application as soon as your passport is returned to you, and when they say, "Oh, catch on," say, "Oh, coffee," and we'll say, "I'm back view."
And no, affect one affect no the application too. And I say, one or quaco renew.
It is let's say why your application. And now on my catch up say here documents way in regards to your application. Into why we are biometrics. And I would do with documents ACO. Into either say what post with documents and answer or more agile passports no or biometric center honum. You cannot request your passport back once you have done your biometrics. So almost amfa emboye amount. It's different if you do same day priority service. No, within 24 hours, no, they have to make a decision. But say, oh yeah, normal standard application now, passport and you cannot request for your passport back. You have to wait for a decision to be made. And sana, wait to me, I request your passport back. As soon as you request your passport back after your biometrics, na your decision, you are automatically withdrawing your application.
And yeah, more person mo tu kwan mo nyaka. Me ba cho me ma wachi. E ma wakwa ba.
So akronto. People meeting our government in person mo meeting.
Odishia ba onyame nhira wetumi abo wudini.
Yo, and yeah, did you oti akenten.
Aja oti akenten. Right. Aja oti akenten. And yeah, na ya po amenya ba hwehwe no ma bebo.
Bisa lawyer say we person join Ghana military no na say we UK citizen who ko join a we do UK nationality no ana
O person join then
o person join Ghana military.
Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, Chrome no now they have accorded say dual nationality. That is nothing to keep you from even voting nowadays. I don't know what the eligibility requirements are for Ghana military, but now even if you have dual nationality, I think the rules in regards to the military service do need to be updated. And yes, then they need to be updating it so that in conform what dual nationality also will be able to join the military. Because say then I don't see why a person cannot join the military. Yeah.
Previously, the name with a citizen or UK and outside the country, when you're kind of near, now we are English Nina or we are UK Nina, military, you lose your nationality because I'm running up my point and you say, yeah,
mention that any Ghana military rules necessary This is something that we'll have to do a bit of research on, but mention that in him say because like I was saying, there are things changing in Ghana. At least even if you have dual nationality, over to me, I would say Ghana. I'm hoping say the military can also change their rules accordingly. Yeah.
Okay. Almost the interest of conflict in our way. Yeah. There are some in you or Ghana. We are citizens of other countries. Say US and say UK. No, if you go to hold you MP unless you have given up one of the citizenship.
Yeah, that was what was in place. And see, it was very good when President Akufo-Addo almost our dual nationality, and also will also have the right to also vote and become members of parliament as well. And see, I think things are slowly changing. And see, in regards to the military, I'm not sure what their policy is, but almost so able to me as a sound policy there, and it will help, because if you have somebody fighting for your country, regardless of the fact that they have dual nationality, wouldn't you take that as a plus? I think that could also be amended and now updated. Yeah.
Okay.
It's made us.
Robert, we are and come over.
Ajauti jinaso mame 1 minute na wo ntokwa me no bekono. Mame sra lawyer kwan. Mame sra lawyer kwan na me fa number lawyer be ma me kwan. Lawyer me pa cho ma me kwan.
Pa chai.
Na ajauti abepie ha yi. E wasa me fa na me ne natimi akọ. Ono waje no mfo so atimu se mebo no. Ya nyame nshira me wie pe mefro ansa na madurufie wai. Mate, Yebekasa. Amen. Yeah. Medasi. Si say insu de Yeba FM so nti adwuma no be the time. Mo medasi. Yo, adofo adwuma no sa ena ye kono medasi. Obi kwa no obi aba anopai yene lawyer Eunice atena ha ama wo hwe wo time na 54 minutes past 10 awurade lawyer nema hu se wonum nsuo na wonum tea no ade ne wan fa ma
Pastor me de ba ese cause no me wiem kampo na esa te say ba nti say
ene ma me ma 1 minute break microphone to so tete lawyer ma me ma say 1 minute break.
Based in London, we are a dynamic award-winning firm specializing in a range of legal services, including family law, matrimonial law, immigration, dispute resolution, Ghanaian customary and family law. At BWF, our solicitors are pleased to offer high-quality legal representation at competitive rates. Our senior partner, Bernardo Wusu, has over 29 years' experience as a lawyer in the UK. BWF Solicitors provide independent and practical legal assistance for all kinds of family matters, such as childcare, contested and uncontested divorce, and injunctions for domestic violence. Our childcare and family team appreciate the issues facing you in this difficult time, which is why we offer confidential advice delivered in a sensitive manner. Our senior partner is an accredited member of the Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel, which guarantees expert representation in all family and matrimonial cases. We are located at 4th floor Anna House, 214 to 218 Tottenham High Road, London, N15 4NP, just a short walk from Seven Sisters Underground.
yo lawyer near amanfo eka yatiefo remote radio ni ahwefo say BWF Solicitors with the true salute you. Yes, you mama money. Me ba cho me ma achi emo akwaba ebe yedwumadi so.
Prophet Major so me ma lawyer Eunice so achi. I'm just a mun na amo hoye.
Emo ye hoye papa.
Actually dey no Assemble could be ebusa amapai.
Fabra lawyer 8 you.
The patron say open say we register with child we are under 18 as a British citizen. Patron form then obe you see.
And so we register Obano because when your settlement and I say akolano no time when
the patron akwano when you 10 years.
Oh, okay.
This month.
Okay. And so say when you 10 na from T.
From T, okay.
Aye.
Okay. With us
Yo, ohene yanso yadawasi. Bye-bye. Anopai yene lawyer Eunice ene gusu kita dwumadi ne sane ya woda bia lawyer Eunice ejai nneema wo ye nyina na obetena ha na o kyerɛkyerɛ ye nneema ani so ene de ne lawyer de aba no ano wodene sɛ wo awadiem na agya enkrata yi nti bemen wode wasum adane table tennis en wo twa koba obi wo anya se ye twitwa wasum koraa emmema ni bia no ye ya as a grazer wo tu asem ba koto ho pam me wife beka na asem o say hey papa no o de asem ba koto ho pam ase na nkania wo ntwa ba no mfa nhwe no wasuma ma wo moto eninti me pa wo cheuti bia na wo de ye ntwitwa wasum ye de ya no ye show so lawyer say e kwan wo enkrata no wukura no a e kwan wo mensuru bra lawyer enti na me ka say ebinom no omuhu ne say wo ye omo saa na ye love na se wo se emra wo hui se emra no ye de kutia na se amanfo love be wu
it's na me ka say communication into was our for no munim ho mo nim say ni say na motie into ebia nipa krono ne kasa no mu enhye dan enye de waka che ne say sa kasa na wo kasa no mempe sisa wo kasa no sisa say ni say na at least nipa krono make effort say obe try akasa akire wo ye na you know say oh of course na nipa krono ebia onim say dia oye no krampo enye nti waka che no obe ye hu bibi but ebia the more wo ka no na the worst crampo na situation no yes nti bibi say no say get worse na wonim say say we ye hu bibi because say nipa kono wakasa che no 1 wakasa che no 2 say ni say na wo ye na enyo wakasa che no me pese une be kasa say ana say the fact say mama me access to yesika na ana say sika ye betumi e de ahwe nkola no enye pacho ye hu bibi na the worst na get it into bibi sa no then you know say eno die nipa kro no ebia we mini pa na oye wo sa because we na dream say ni say na opese ode ye wo into say sa na we na dream dia and then na wonim say nipa kro no suban obi a wadwe ho a all day ye but the nipa kro no wonem ne kasa na ogitum say okay ebia manye ne say nti me try say me ne obekasa ye ana say me try say me yes ade na wo ka no nti ebia demo a obeka no na nipa kro no so correct no ho but say nipa kro no I adwene na wo say no so I am west na wa ye other nyema dia and then na say wo de no ko embra kwan no so e ma no hu say ade a wo ye no enye nti pacho bebre ma kacho I yes for the last 3 or 4 years still na dia wo ye na wo ye nti me hu say osuban a wo pese obesesa because the more America che ono na get worse nti se sa na etie dia and them so as a middle call in Braquine or so. There are things that can be communicated, things that can be worked on. Men can say, BBC see once per na and one is a walk for police. There be a be an evacuano, say, Obinene Casa. Now, who said they are all, and shed that and in see, so, or ye na at least or 2 minutes etna. But say a bibia air costo, not nipacono. While ye no ho chinchin, o canocra na or no more, and then na so a choir as a wooden faso. Yeah.
Yo, emo lawyer, yeah, as someone on the way you go. Hello, me pacho, me mawachi, emo akwaba, ebedumadi so.
Hello, good morning, Lawyer Minister Prophet. In fact, we did it on the media.
Yes, we don't, yeah, papa.
Very good. Prophet, in fact, me and I apply and I am my mother. Now, the situation, me say, the usually, if you are application, first one, no, and I use you know, and I call court about what would be in that's fine. And to say we are trying to a implemented decision. Last week, and I apply and letter about say, the information I gave does not show he has the right to work in the UK. So you can apply again if your circumstances change or if you have any additional information to prove, then you can apply again. And to follow, looking the court order now, court national security for almost a issue with card. The are not a home man you are, and a best successful.
And see, currently, no, what's the application for pre-settled status? Our home office for
The person court order, yeah, court order no hotel, court no, the application has been successful. Yeah,
appeal. In say appeal no, allow what decision no.
The person
Okay. In say,
and I may apply and I.
Okay. So. Okay. Matthias said, in regards to court decision no is after the Home Office has said they are refusing your application. So courts no, ejim said they are all cannot any evidence now watching no. And them say some will leave to remain and that's a pre-settled status now. Then it is up to the Home Office to now update almost system to say they are granting you or they are going to issue you with leave to remain. If after a period of 14 days after the appeal, Home Office for no and find an appellate decision no of the court, the first tier tribunal there, then they have to implement the decision of the court. Sometimes say ebia will prompt you into wo anasa lawyer no ebe to me atro say what that's so train almost for implementation no, because what the NI which is the job agency, what they do is that they go onto the system and they check with Home Office whether who are sitting at Chrome. So even though you've won your appeal, no, say Home Office for no updates and I say any amendments no or records no so it will not give the job center the right information, and so that will make them decline the application again. And see, with the decision by the court, no, or the Chiramu they would expect said the Home Office will also update their system to show say ampa omo amausa pre-settled and I say omo amausa leave to remain ever chrome her, because that's their, should I say, liaison party omo check say ampa say ni say NAC. You can upload it as well. You can try applying again, uploading the court's decision. But I think say better say well, lawyers so better will say they should implement the decision, because sometimes they also need prompts and say court's decision no omo anya appeal in say omo demao into omo implement the decision no. Inside ABA you may need to write to them to be able to get them to implement the decision no, as soon as possible.
Yes. Lawyer, Mr. Cho, the lawyer no actually or more. I'm to appeal me really about 3 months. My last week, was in the lawyer no update me say if it's the same for we should refrain from sending this email that is so long. The decision we should solve, blah blah blah. So like they're waiting for them to implement. I'm an auto response to my question for the man lawyer. I don't know, there's no evidence now.
There be no end to me any evidence. I'm wondering what kind of email he's emailing them, because I know say so offer EU Resolution Center, they can give him an email to use. There's also the updates EU visit and settlement email address are over to me EU. So I'm not sure which email will give that auto response. I don't know. I mean, sure that and who auto response maybe that. He can also call the Resolution Center for further advice in terms of the email over to me EU.
Yes, lawyer, in fact, the auto response came from the
Into the America said, I'm not sure what email he's using, because emails no endorse. And so if you are not using the right email, then you'll be getting a bounce back as well. Into say ABA or Resolution Center for now, they will give him the right email, because emails need their endorse for Home Office.
No, I think it's a determination team or whatever team. Yes.
Men say determination scheme neither.
Determination team.
Masa, me pacho, one will say, in some way, no, a far emrahono, on terms and conditions, a difference. So when you deep into it, a hard so betting your team, maybe I say. Adentina latest no printi na book appointment emfa be no lawyer na montenase na monhwem na lawyer entimi ma the right guidelines e hide the radio ye di akira and na ye beto to agusa determination team, any publicity team, any information team ye de ne saa na time na akọ me yapon aha ba se wuti lawyer ni no wo hwɛ terms and a year brofo ma trotro no o break ni down. I think say no obetimi aboa wo mo. Why? Medasi ehia pa manem frɛ lawyer na yemfa agro ento form nyame nhirawo ensuo bo wakase ebo nkasa apete wo so eno ana BWF Solicitors 7 country say sania wo ho no afọ afa bia no oba omwo central heating na say o show na de won so a central air condition na ya so ne de si so fa na mframa na dodo ehefa na obehunu BWF Solicitors 4th floor Anna House me pa chaw 214 to 218, so 214 to 218 High Road, 7 Sisters, landing N15 4NP, landing N15 4NP. Your telephone number office say I mean we say Fred na book appointment awura ba fe o hey last me call uncle birthday party no be 7 udidi akasi udidi enkaso kwa komchire danu me didi me pa cho telephone number 0208 493 7340. Your office number no 0208 493 7340. Na what reception mo appointment no on your person who need be able to be able na me ubuku o dia je uba weekend food na ubi humi. Yanko emergency number Uncle Ben 077 127 61884 077 127 61884. Lawyer Eunice number and then lawyer wa baby be nsemu. As I said, they man name ututu na no mutuo by heart, or to nsa by heart, or to 29 by heart. bank card no watam de ahye ne kotokuom no de kɔ adwuma because of person wo so be use oboa wato mmara nyi nyina ya abuse ye be kire ne sɛnea bosomoko a yedu aburu ne bosom a yebuo frɛ lawyer Eunice 075 35 81 3910 075 35 81 3910 Uncle Richard 079 60 20 1500 Lawyer Richard number na 079 60 20 1500 na ekyerɛ sɛ wawura BWF Solicitors. We are your preferred community lawyers. Onyame Israel. Lawyer Eunice, if I tell so what time na 12 minutes past 11. If I tell what time na IS5. Enti fani adwe ka ho fa ka ho na minja ho fine. Na min preach kakra.
Pache yo, Nyame Israel prophet. Enti prophet, I know say in comedy no na I interesting kakra, but this is something that a lot of people go through, and I think say sometimes it's good say able to me who their embrand also eka efa ho.
That's right. That's right.
There are people who are going through a lot, and as long as you make everything open, at least say Bobby wo able to me aboa wo able to me catch say oh say na Asia and there nkrofo we ho mama support o kakra say at least omuma wo mboa kakra na opese oye application na ye betumi aboa with no senya debia ye ka no eye immigration nsem nko a say ya ende ye di topic no na ye just immigration na ye also family issues, because there are certain things that our for come and as nkrofo omo tibom omo film enkola no so omo stress and yama way. So today's topic was a mix of family and immigration put together. And see, so yeah, about family issues that you do who ejuma, say about immigration so you do who ejuma, say about civil litigation matters so you do who ejuma, and Ghanaian customary marriages are your penny Mr. Bernardo also do who ejuma because we're dedicating most of his expertise to that area of law as well. And see, when it comes to all these things, yeah, like I said, you do and you would see say from the time I over your office, no, in to be or more air training young ones, and your opinion so believes in giving the next generation a chance to be able to also know the law and also be very impactful in the way I almost to me abwa ye chrome phone so inti se ofreyen na opese obehuyen and answer ofreyen na opese obuki appointments because baby I would know ewa ye beto me able keep remote consultation so amal either via phone and answer Zoom. So opese oba yen hon so send your prophet ebo so no there was 7 Sisters London trains no say offer underground even from Houston and as a Queen's Cross because we free outsider. It's just a matter of 3 and as a 4 stops away from Houston and as a Queen's Cross to 7 Sisters. It would do 7 Sisters exit tour. Oh share building tin ejina wenima ye were 4th floor of sa building na ye friend Anna house. In see that's and that your vampire said you have science so Asia view prophet Michia antipats and name colana ne ebisen for nina.
Yo, that's a net say yesu ama ne yedaso eti ahwade mu na moja edi mu afrisania obesa ati mene lawyer Eunice enka ewo Rainbow Radio akasafidie. Eyin mi say lawyer, when you say that's a ne, ye beba no. Ye beba that's a ne no. On your overcar mu obetie ye or drive over
FM so yes.
FM so a 92.4. Eti amafo nhyɛ no so 92.4. On your overcar mu betie ye live. wɔne ɔda ne mpa so ɔmpɛ sɛ DAB no ɔmpɛ sɛ ɔbɛkɔ DAB line ɔbɛtie yɛ live wo phone so ɛkyerɛ sɛ sɛbi baabi a wontumi ntie yɛ pɛ ɛyɛ asamado ɛna fridge mu ɛhɔ koraa yɛbɔ mmɔde sɛ yɛde network ne nyinaa bɛkɔ hɔ lawyer onyame nhyira wo onyame ɛka ho bye bye ɛhɔ yɛde network ne nyinaa bɛkɔ hɔ hyɛ no nso ma yɛ
yɛyɛ fɛ ma yɛwɔ London yɛagye abasobɔdeɛ bebree na yɛaredare ɛwɔ mmaransɛm mu ɛyɛ legal services bi te sɛ family law matrimonial law immigration dispute resolution Ghanaian customary any family law wɔ BWF deɛ yɛn solicitors ɛde anigyeɛ ɛna twitwa gye woɔ na yɛboɔ nso nyɛ den koraa yɛn partner panin paa Bernardo Wusu ayɛ lawyer ɛwɔ UK man mu bɛburu mfie 29 years BWF Solicitors kura wɔn ho nti sɛ ba na ebusuansɛm bi te sɛ child care ɛyɛ abofra hwɛ mu awaregya yɛ ho twema mentwe ɛne ɔhyɛ anaa injunction a yɛde to domestic violence so a yɛmma wo legal assistance a ɛdi mu na yie adwuma nso yɛn child care ɛne family team no nim nea wofa mu ɛwɔ nea ɛyɛ wɔ bere yi mu ɛno nti ne yɛto yɛn bo ase ma wafoto a ɛsɛ fata ɛwɔ kokoa mu yɛn senior partner ɛyɛ obi a Law Society Family Law Accreditation Panel agyina to mu na ɔsan so yɛ member na kyerɛ sɛ ɛba no sɛ yɛgyina w'akyi ɛretwitwa agyew ɛwɔ family ɛne matrimonial cases ho a wonni haw koraa wopɛ advice ɛwɔ immigration nsɛnsɛm ho wɔ BWF Solicitors deɛ yɛn immigration team no aredare ɛwɔ general immigration ho nsɛmsɛm kosi complex immigration work permit student visa ho ntotoyɛ ɛne entry clearance visas family visas ne appeals yɛn senior partner ɛyɛ member na wasan gyina tom ɛwɔ Law Society Immigration Accreditation Panel nti sɛ yɛtae w'akyi a wonni haw koraa yɛbie yɛn office free dwada ekosi fiada anɔpa nɔnkron pɛɛ mu ekosi enumere nonsia ɛyɛ 9:30 AM kosi 6 PM ɛna memeneda nso ɛyɛ appointment nko a free anɔpa nondu ekosi ewia nɔnan ɛyɛ 10 AM kosi 4 PM yɛwɔ 4th floor ɛwɔ Anna House 214-218 Tottenham High Road London N15 4NP sɛ wonnante firi 7 Sisters Underground nso a ɛyɛ kwan tiaa bi yɛn senior partner Bernardo Wusu san yɛ barrister yɛagyina to mu na ɔyɛ Ghana Bar Association member ɛna wasan gyina sɛ mmaranimfoɔ ɛwɔ court cases a ɛfa Ghana law ho wɔ advising local authorities official solicitors office ne solicitors bebree ɛfa Ghanaian law ho yie na ɔsan yɛ obi a ɔtae kasa ɛwɔ radio ɛne TV so fa Ghanaian law ho